Okay, so welcome to the next part. Today we will talk about the different equations of straight line which are possible. Okay, in the last part we have studied about what is the slope and what can be the different questions and different approaches to find the slope with the given conditions. Okay, तो आज हम लोग जो बात करेंगे, क्योंकि स्लोप अब हमें समझ में आ गया है, तो अब हम लोग बात कर सकते हैं किसके बारे में, अबाउट द इक्वेशन ऑफ लाइन. ठीक है, तो लाइन की इक्वेशन कैसी होगी, क्या होगी, हम उसकी बात करते हैं. लेकिन उससे पहले आपको याद होगा कि इन द प्रीवियस सेक्शंस वी हैव ऑलरेडी शोन दैट अ जनरल इक्वेशन ऑफ ए स्ट्रेट लाइन विल बी ax प्लस by प्लस c इक्वल्स टू 0. दिस इज द जनरल इक्वेशन ऑफ ए स्ट्रेट लाइन. Now, if you can give me few examples of equation of straight line. ठीक है, अगर हम इक्वेशन स्ट्रेट लाइन के कुछ एग्जांपल्स देखें तो क्या हो जाएगा, 2x प्लस 3y माइनस 1 इक्वल्स टू 0. ठीक है, फिर x माइनस 2y प्लस 3 इक्वल्स टू 0. ऐसी इक्वेशंस आएंगे अलग अलग. नाउ इन एवरी इक्वेशन व्हाट इज चेंजिंग, इन एवरी इक्वेशन द थिंग विच इज चेंजिंग आर a, b and c. Okay, here what does x and y represent? X and y is the variable, is the coordinates of any point which lies on the line. If any point lies on the line, then those abscissa coordinates can be put up in this equation, can be checked whether they satisfy the equation or not. And if it is on the line, it should satisfy. Okay, that's the whole idea. The whole idea about creating an equation or a locus of a curve is about creating an algebraic condition which will tell you what, which will tell you whether a given point lies on it or not. Okay, so for that sake, now you can see the general equation of straight line is ax plus by plus c equals 0, and for every line the value of a, b, c are changing. So here a, b, c are called as arbitrary constants. Okay, they are called as arbitrary constants. Okay, now these are, if this about this arbitrary constant, you can see how many arbitrary constant we can see. Actually there are 3. Okay, so for every per line we have to find these 3. And now how many equations are required to find the equation, to find 3 variable? So in order to find 3 variable we require 3 conditions. But as you remember, if I give you 2 points, can you find the equation of straight line? If I give you these are the 2 points, then there will be only one line passing through it. So that means if in order to draw a line we require 2 information, then it is, we cannot have 3 equations. So actually they look like 3 variables, but actually they are independent variables are only 2. How? Ax plus by plus c equals 0. Now all of them cannot be equal 0 simultaneously. So what we will do, at least one of them has to be non-zero. So let's say c is non-zero. If c is non-zero, then I can add this a by cx plus b by cy plus 1 equals 0. Now if a and c are arbitrary constant, I can call this as capital A and I can call it as capital B. That means what it look like 3 arbitrary constant, they have reduced to 2. Now we cannot reduce anything less than that. So that means in order to find the equation of a straight line, we require 2 different set of informations by which we can find the value of a and b. So you have to understand one thing very peculiarly, that to find the equation of straight line we require 2 different set of informations. Now what set of informations are being provided, depending on that we have to decide how we will find the equation of straight line. So depending on the type of 2 information provided, different forms of straight lines are being defined. There are different forms of straight lines, and what are they? So we will look after those forms of line one by one. In every form you will look that there are 2 different set of informations, and those set of informations will give you the equation of straight line. Okay, so the first one which comes is called as point slope form. Okay, the first one is point slope form. So Now we have this is x-axis, this is y-axis, and this is a line which is inclined at an angle of theta, or it have a slope m. So therefore we either we know that theta or we know the slope. So tan theta is m. So what are the two things which have been provided here? One is the slope and the other one is the point through which it will pass. Okay, these two things has to be given. So now we have to create a condition for which will be satisfied by every point which will lie on the line. So if I take a variable point P which moves on the line like this, x comma y. Let's say this point was Q. So now what will be the slope of line joining PQ? Slope of PQ is already given equals to m. But we can find the slope of the line joining 2 points as y minus y1 upon x minus x1. And it is already given equals to m. So any point which lies on the line which will always honor this equation. So the equation becomes y minus y1 is equals to m times x minus x1. Okay. So this is the equation of line in the point slope form. Simple. बहुत सिंपल चीज़ है, उसमें कोई बहुत बड़ी चीज़ नहीं होने वाली है. सिंपल चीज़ों का हमें ध्यान देना है. ठीक है. Let's say I will take an example on it. Let's say if I want an equation of find the equation of line of slope 2 and passing through 1 comma 3. I want the equation of a line which passes through 1 comma 3 and have a slope 2. So x1 y1, so y minus y1 that is 3 upon x minus x1 that is 1 will be equals to 2. Now you solve it. Y minus 3 is equals to 2x minus 2. So that will give you 2x minus y plus 1 equals to 0. This is the equation of the required straight line. So every line having a slope 2 and passing through 1 comma 3 will have an equation of 2x minus y plus 1 equals to 0. Okay. This is how we, now you see this equation is already in the form of what? Ax plus by plus c equals to 0. This is reduced into general form, but we initiated from this form. Okay. This is what is called as point slope form. Okay. The next form which comes is 2-point form. 2-point form. In 2-point form, what will happen? You will be there will be in coordinate system. Let's say there is a coordinate system something like this. This is axis of x and this is axis of y. Now there is a line. Okay, this is a line. It passes through 2 points. This is the point A, x1 comma y1, and this is the point B, which is what? x2 comma y2. So there will be a fixed line passing through these 2 points. Let's take a variable point x comma y on this. Now this form is actually an extended version of the previous form. In that form, 1 point was given. The 1 point is given here as well. The second thing which was given was slope. But here slope is not given. But the slope is given in the indirect form. How? Now, slope of a line joining AB. Take a slope of AB can be found indirectly by y1 minus y2 upon x1 minus x2. This is the slope of the line. So what will happen? Now it will reduce into the form. Which form? The slope point form. How? Y minus y1 upon x minus x1 should be equals to m. But m is given as y1 minus y2 upon x1 minus x2. So that will give you y minus y1 upon x minus x1 is y1 minus y2 upon x1 minus x2. This is the equation of a line joining x1 y1 and x2 y2. Now some might having a query in their mind, sir, if 2 points are given, which one should be taken over here? You can take any one. Okay, you can take the first point or you can take the second point, but the final equation will come out to be same. Let's take a simple example to it. I want to find a equation of a line which passes through the A. A is 2 comma 1 and a point B that is equals to 3 comma 5. So if we want to find the equation of straight line, how we will find that? Y minus y1, let's take a as x1 y1. Okay, so y minus 1 upon x minus 2 will be 5 minus 1 upon 3 minus 2. So that will be equals to what? 4. So y minus 1 will be equals to 4x minus 8. So equation will become 4x minus y equals to 7. Now if you even try with this, taking b as x1 y1, this will be y minus 5 upon x minus 3, which will be equals to what? 1 minus 5 upon, that will give you what? 2 minus 3. So that will again give you 4. The equation will be y minus 5 is equals to 4x minus 12. So equation become 4x minus y equals to 7. You see, either way both the equations are coming as same. So it doesn't matter which one you take as x1 y1. It will remain same. Okay. So this is what is called as 2-point form. So now in order to move forward, we have to understand something, some definitions. What are those definitions? Okay, so let's say this is the coordinate system. Okay, now normally what happens is any line will intersect. Okay, any line will intersect the two axes normally. Okay, there may be lines which are parallel to x-axis and y-axis that we can work out later. Okay, but in general any line will intersect the coordinate axes at some points. Okay, so let's say this point is A, this point was O, and this point is B. So here this A is called as Atharva, A is called as what? So this A point is called as x-intercept. Okay, this A is called as point of x-intercept. So the point where the line intersects the x-axis, not necessarily the positive or negative, it can be anywhere. Okay, the point where it intersects the x-axis is called as point of x-intercept, and the point where it intersects the y-axis, that is called as point of y-intercept. Okay, clear with it? Now, as this point A will lie on x-axis, so it will have a coordinates of the form of a comma 0, the ordinate has to be 0. And this point lies on the y-axis, it will be of the form of 0 comma b. Now here A and B can be positive or negative depending on the location of A and B. So the abscissa of A is called as x-intercept, and the ordinate of B is called as y-intercept. So let's be clear about this thing. The intercept can be positive or negative. There is no restriction that intercept has to be positive. Okay, intercept can be positive as well as negative, because these are the abscissa and the ordinates of the point of x-intercept and y-intercept. Okay, now what we can see over here is, right now it's the ordinate. If the ordinate was B, therefore the intercept will be B. If you name it as C or anything else, it can be that thing also. Okay, no, now what we can do further is, now the length of intercept, LEN, length of intercept, okay, that will be mod of A for x-intercept and mod of B for y-intercept. So length OA or length OB are called as length of x-intercept and y-intercept, which has to be always positive. Okay, now as per this, what there is something else we can see which will be frequently used in the questions. Those are the points. What? Number 1, length of intercept of line between coordinate axes, that means the length AB. So as per this, the length AB will be what? Under root of A square plus B square. Simple Pythagoras. Okay. Second thing, what is the centroid of triangle ABC or ABO? That will be A by 3 comma B by 3. What will be the midpoint of AB? That will be A by 2 comma B by 2. Okay. What will be the area of triangle OAB? That will be 1 upon 2 mod of AB. This is the area. Okay. Now if we make a line parallel to the coordinate axes through A and B, they will intersect at a point P. This point P will have a coordinate A and B. Okay, so these are the things you should remember, which will be frequently used in the questions. Okay, so these are the certain definitions which you should be clear about. Okay, if any doubts, then let me know. Yes, Vivek, go ahead. You can unmute yourself and ask the doubt. What do you didn't understand? Tell me. Unmute कर लो अपने आप को, मुझे बताओ. So I will explain exactly that thing. I have allowed the settings to do it. I have allowed the settings. Now you can do it. Just a minute. Yeah.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, Vivek. Now I can hear you. Tell me.
So that equation that you have written below intercept form in red color.
So that simply look like this. It was y minus 0 upon x minus a, and the slope was reduced to minus b by a. So I cross multiply b over here and x minus a over here. So that will give you y by b, y minus 0 by b is equals to minus of x minus a divided by a. Got it? Okay. Anyone else having a doubt? किसी को कुछ और डाउट है? The next form is slope-intercept form. Okay, in the slope-intercept form, what happens? You have been provided with the slope m of the line, that is the first data given, and the second data is given as y-intercept. It is given that y-intercept is c. If y-intercept is given as c, then what you can see here is, basically, if y-intercept is c, that means the line will always pass through a point 0, c, because y-intercept is c and slope is m. So it is as good as point slope form. So therefore, you can write the equation as y minus c upon x minus 0 is equals to m. So y minus c will be equals to mx and y will be equals to mx plus c. So this is the equation of a line of slope m and intercept y-intercept equals to c. Now you have to remember one thing, this is not the x-intercept, this is the y-intercept. Specifically, you require a y-intercept to use this form. Okay. So this is what is called as slope-intercept form. Now if you see, if c is 0, then this point will come over here like this. That means the line will pass through 0, 0. Okay, if the line will pass through 0 comma 0, then you can say the equation of line will be y equals to mx. This will be a homogeneous equation. Okay, that means the constant part is equal 0. So any equation of the form of ax plus by equals 0, you can see and understand that this equation will always of a line which always passes through origin. Okay, if you have to assume equation of line passing through origin, then you can simply take it as y equals to mx or ax plus by equals to 0. Okay, if you remember the previous form, x by a plus y by b is equals to 1. Okay, now I want to ask one thing: how you define the two parallel lines? What are two parallel lines? So whenever you see the rule, there are different definitions of parallel lines. One is the two lines which do not intersect, or two lines which have an equal distance between them at any instance of time. Okay, okay. So we say that when the two lines are parallel, they will never intersect, or we will say the two lines will have a constant distance between them. But there can be one very limiting understanding. I will give you a practical example to it. When you see the two road tracks, whenever you stand between the two road tracks, as you see after what parallax you will be having. You will be having a parallax that after at a very large distance, those two tracks appears to meet each other. That means we can say any two lines which will intersect at infinity. We can say one two lines which will intersect at infinity will be called as parallel lines. That is what I am going to use over here. See, if a line is parallel to x-axis, so it will intersect the x-axis at infinity. That means A will tend towards infinity. If A will tend towards infinity, 1 by A will tend towards 0. So therefore, the equation will be left with y by b equals to 1 and y equals to b. So y equals to constant. This is the equation of a line parallel to x-axis. In the general equation, if the x part vanishes, any equation of the form of by plus c equals to 0, this will be a line parallel to x-axis. Similarly, if a line is parallel to y-axis, what will happen? The b will tend towards infinity, hence 1 by b will tend towards 0. Therefore, the equation will remain as x by a equals to 1. Hence, x equals to a, or x equals to constant, or equation of the form of ax plus c equals 0. All of them will be line parallel to y-axis. So in short, if you want a line passing through a point p alpha comma beta which is parallel to x-axis, then the equation will be y equals to beta. This is the equation of a line passing through alpha comma beta and parallel to x-axis, that will be y equals to beta. And then if a line is parallel to y-axis, the equation will be x equals to alpha. So these are the equation of line passing through a point which are parallel to x-axis or parallel to y-axis. So these are the direct equations that you can utilize over here. Okay. Now, are you छोटे छोटे से ट्रिक हैं. ax plus by plus c equals 0 से अगर कांस्टेंट टर्म गायब तो लाइन पासेस थ्रू ओरिजिन. अगर ax plus by plus c equals 0 से x वाला पार्ट गायब तो लाइन इज पैरेलल टू x एक्सिस. y वाला पार्ट गायब तो लाइन इज पैरेलल टू y एक्सिस. ठीक है, ये आपको यहाँ पे सिंपल सी बात समझनी है. ठीक है. अब इस क्वेश्चन में क्या है? The locus of you have to find the locus of a centroid of a triangle OAB where A and capital B are the variable intercept points of a variable line through A and B. मतलब एक ये फिक्स पॉइंट है A, B. ठीक है. Just a minute. A and B are the variable intercept points of the variable line through A and B. There is a line, a variable line passing through A, B. There is a point P which who have coordinate A and B. Now there can be infinite lines which will pass through A and B. So this intersect points are not fixed, A and B. So we are looking for the locus of the centroid of this triangle OAB. Okay. So locus निकालने की जो अपने तरीके की बात की तो पहला स्टेप क्या था? Draw the diagram and represent all the given things and assume the coordinates of the point whose locus is required as h comma k. Now, second step was write all the conditions in the algebraic form. Right, convert all the given geometrical condition in the algebraic form and assume the variables if it is required. Now, if there is the coordinates, you know to write the coordinates of G, you will require the coordinates of O and B. So O is 0, 0, that you very well know. A will, let's say, we have to assume a point alpha, 0. And B, let's say this is the point 0, beta. I am not taking A and B because it is already given over here. Okay? You can name as per your own ease. Now, as per this, what is given? As per this, what will be the equation? What will be the equation of line? Equation of line will be, the equation of line can be written as x by alpha plus y by beta equals to 1. Okay, number 1. Now understand one thing. Whatever variable you have assumed from your own side, you have to eliminate those variables in the last step. That's the basic requirements. So we will try to keep it minimalistic, but still wherever it is required, we have to assume those things. Okay. It will depend on the question to question. And somewhere it is just your smart work. Okay, if we take this, we can minimize the number of variables. So let's say this is the equation of line. This line passes through the point A comma B. That means A and B will satisfy the equation. This is the equation. Okay. Now, what we know, H will be alpha plus 0 by 3. And K will be 0 plus beta plus 0 by 3. So this is what alpha by 3, this is equals to what beta by 3. So this is all the information that we know. Now what we have to do, we have to create an equation which is in terms of A, B and constant and HK only. So we have to eliminate alpha and beta. So how we can eliminate alpha and beta? Here it is A, B, alpha, beta. Just we have to replace alpha, beta in terms of H and K. So what we can say over here, that alpha is equals to what? 3H and beta is equals to 3K. If we put this value over here, this will give you A upon 3H plus B upon 3K equals to 1. This is the required equation. So in the last step, replace H by X and K by Y. So this will give you A by X plus B by Y is equals to 3. This is the required equation. Okay, this is not a standard locus which you know by name. So we will just keep it to the equation. A by X plus B by Y equals to 3. This is the equation. As you see, as the line will move, this centroid will move. So if we add up all the locations of this centroid, then I will be getting this curve. The locus of this curve will be equals to this. Okay. Now the next question is, there is a line. How many lines can be found which passes through 2, 4? 2, 4 से पास करने वाली line which forms a triangle, this triangle. So let's say this is A and this is B, which forms a triangle of area 16 square units. Okay, forms a triangle of area 16 square units. Okay, तो ये हम लोग कैसे कर सकते हैं? इसे करने के लिए हम लोग क्या कर सकते हैं कि लेट्स से हम यहाँ पे सबसे पहले हम लोग क्या बात करेंगे, एक चीज़ जो हम लोग यहाँ पे बात करते हैं वो है कि इफ द जनरल इक्वेशन इज गिवन ax plus by plus c equals to 0. Do you remember a1x plus b1y plus c1 equals 0 and a2x plus b2y plus c2 equals 0? What is the condition for which they will have infinite solution? a1 by a2 is equals to b1 by b2 is equals to c1 by c2. That means the two lines will coincide. Okay. Now, if there is a line ax plus by plus c equals to 0, this was the general equation. Okay. And there was a line x by alpha plus y by beta equals to 1. Okay, so now what we can do, if these two are same lines, this is the general equation and this is just same equation in the intersect form. If both of them are same, then we can compare the two lines should coincide. So x upon 1 by alpha should be equals to y upon 1 by b upon 1 by beta, and should be equals to c upon 1. So when we equate these two, we will get alpha is equals to what? Minus 1. So the alpha will be minus c by a, and beta will be equals to minus c by b. Okay, even you can do this thing, ax plus by equals to minus c. This equation can convert into this form. Now divide by c, so that will give you a upon minus cx, b upon minus cy equals to 1. So x upon minus c by a plus y upon minus c by b is equals to 1. So now see, this is the x-intercept, this have changed into the intersect form. So whenever you have to convert a general equation or any equation in the intersect form, then simply what you have to write the equation, take the constant term on the other side and divide by the constant term. That will change the equation in the intersect form. This is how you change a general equation into the intersect form. And by this we have came to know that the x-intercept comes out to be minus constant term upon coefficient of x, and y-intercept comes out to be minus constant term upon coefficient of y. Now if you remember about slope, the slope which came was minus b by a. Okay, so if we put this, what was b? B was the y-intercept and a was the x-intercept. Okay, I will write in that form. ये सबको समझ में आया इतना इसमें? Okay, so our question was, you have to find the number of straight line passing through 2, 4 forming a triangle of 16 square units. तो 2, 4 से तो बहुत सारी लाइन पास करेंगे, लेकिन इनमें से कौन सा स्लोप बनाएगा, कितना एरिया बनाएगा? 16 का. तो हमें पॉइंट पता है, क्या नहीं पता है? स्लोप. तो वी कैन अज्यूम दैट से स्लोप इज m. ओके, इफ स्लोप इज m, देन व्हाट इज द इक्वेशन ऑफ लाइन? y minus 4 is equals to m times x minus 2. So that will give you what? Y is equals to mx plus 4 minus 2m हो जाएगा. अब लेकिन मुझे इसका एरिया लिखने के लिए ये वाला लेंथ चाहिए, ये वाला लेंथ a और ये वाला लेंथ b. तो एरिया जो होगा, एरिया विल बी 1/2 mod a into mod b, and that is given equals to 16. मतलब product of the intercepts should be equals to 32. तो यहां से हम लोग क्या करते हैं? इंटरसेप्ट निकालते हैं. ठीक है, तो इंटरसेप्ट कैसे निकालें? mx माइनस वाई इज इक्वल्स टू 2m माइनस 4. डिवाइड करिए, तो यहां से x अपॉन 2m माइनस 4 बाय m प्लस y अपॉन 4 माइनस 2m अपॉन m इक्वल्स टू 1. तो x इंटरसेप्ट कितना? यहाँ पे m नहीं आएगा, इट विल बी ओनली 1. ओके, तो यहाँ पे देखिए x इंटरसेप्ट a कितना हो गया? 2m माइनस 4 अपॉन m इंटू y इंटरसेप्ट हो गया 4 माइनस 2m, ये आपका 32 है. तो यहाँ से 2, यहाँ से 2, तो आप देखिए तो 2 2 जो 4 हो गया, तो ये आपका m माइनस 2 का होल स्क्वायर अपॉन मॉडुलस ऑफ m, दैट विल बी इक्वल्स टू व्हाट? 8. तो m स्क्वायर माइनस 4m प्लस 4 विल बी इक्वल्स टू प्लस और माइनस 8m. तो दो इक्वेशंस यहाँ पे जनरेट हो जाती हैं. ठीक है, तो पहली इक्वेशन यहाँ पे क्या आ रही है? फर्स्ट इक्वेशन, that will give you m square minus 4m plus 4 is equals to 8m, and m square minus 4m plus 4 is minus 8m. Now in this way we are getting how many quadratics? 2 quadratics. Now every real value of m will give you one line. So number of straight line will depend on what? Number of real values of m we will be getting. Okay, so you see over here, you will be getting m square minus 12m plus 4. Here you will be getting m square plus 4m plus 4. Here d is greater than 0, and but here d is equals to 0. So here you will be having exactly one root, that is minus 2. But here you will be having two distinct roots, that is 12 plus minus under root of 144 minus 16. 144 minus 16, that will be give you what? 8, 128. 128 divided by 2. So that will give you 6 plus minus 4, that will give you 32. Okay. So now how many real values of m we are having? 3. Therefore number of possible lines will be equals to 3. Okay. There can be variations in this question of the form. What? As you hear, you are finding what? You are finding two quadratics. So there might be the different possibilities over here, that you might get 4 different real solutions. Okay. There might be a possibility that you buy one is like in this one is 1d is 0, 1d is positive. So you will be having what? 3. But there is a possibility that one of the root might be common. So you have to look after for the common roots as well. Okay. There might be a possibility that both the discriminant is less than 0. If both the discriminant are less than 0, then that means there is no real value of m, hence there will be no line. So that is the application of the nature of roots into the coordinate geometry. Okay. Okay. तो ये पहला क्वेश्चन जो आपको दिया है कि फाइंड द इक्वेशन ऑफ स्ट्रेट लाइन विच जॉइंस द ओरिजिन टू द पॉइंट ऑफ ट्रांसेक्शन ऑफ द पोर्शन of the line this intersected between the axes of coordinates. So what do we mean by this? By this we mean that, so this is the line given. Okay, this intersects at A and B. Let's say the equation of line is given as x plus 3y equals to 12. Okay, now point of trisection, that means there will be 2 points which will divide into 3 equal areas. So these 2 points are called as point of trisections. Okay. Now you have to find the equation. If this point is P and this point is Q, you have to find the equation of the line OP and OQ. As both of these lines are passing through origin, the one equation will be y equals to m1x and one equation will be y equals to m2x. Okay, so you have to find the slopes. Okay, now in order to find the slope 0, 0, if I can gather the coordinates of P or the coordinates of Q. Okay. If you know the coordinates of this point as x1, y1, then the slope of OP will be y1 minus 0 upon x1 minus 0, that is y1 upon x1. And with this point was x2, y2, the slope of OP was this, and the slope of OQ will be equals to what? Similarly y2 upon x1. So similarly the whole question comes out to be to finding about x1, y1 and x2, y2. As these are the point of trisections, so we require this point. So this is the x-intercept. The x-intercept is coming out to what? That is 12, 0. And the y-intercept is coming out to be 0, 4. Okay. So that means for finding P and Q, we have to use the section formula. So there is a point A, that is 12, 0. And there is a point B, that is 0, 4. I want the coordinates of the point which divides them in the ratio 1:2. So this, as these 3 parts are equal. Okay. So this is P and this is Q. So P divides them in the ratio 1:2. So therefore P will have the coordinate 1 into 0. For P it will be 1 into 0 plus 2 into 12 divided by 1 plus 2, comma 1 into 4 plus 2 into 0 upon 1 plus 2. So this coordinates will come P with coordinates for x1, y1, which will be equivalent to what? 24 by 3, that will be 8. And this will be 4 by 3, 8, 4 by 3. This is the point x1, y1. Okay. Similarly for Q divides them in the ratio 2:1. Okay. The ratio is 2:1. So for Q, if we apply the section formula, that will be 2 into 0 plus 1 into 12 divided by 1 plus 2. Okay. And the y coordinate, it will be 2 into 4 plus 0 into 1 divided by 2 plus 1. So that will give you the coordinates of Q, that was x2, y2, that will be equals to what? This will be equals to 12 by 3, that will be 4, and that will be 8 by 3. So these are the coordinates of P and Q. So what is the slope of OP? Slope of OP will be equals to 5 by 3 upon 4 by 3 upon 8. So that will give you 1 by 6. Okay. And the slope of OQ, that will be equals to 8 by 3 upon 4. So that will be equals to 2 by 3. So now you have the slope. So you have M1 and M2 over here. The equation of line y is equals to 1 by 6x and y is equals to 2 by 3x. These are the two required equations which have been asked in the question. Now you can see over here the concepts. Actually the question is very easy, but the complexity of the question is that you have to use multiple small concept to integrate into a concept which will be solving this question. Okay, so every question of coordinate geometry is just a permutation combination or a mixture of these all small steps which we have studied till now. Okay, so are you getting that point? So that's where you have to be very clear about that thing. Okay, so the question is the line passes through a fixed point -2, 3, and the intercept between the coordinate axes is divided in the ratio 2:3. So if this point is a comma 0 and this point is 0 comma b, what will happen? As per the given condition, twice of 0 plus thrice of a divided by 2 plus 3. This should be equals to -2. And twice of b plus thrice of 0 divided by 2 plus 3. This should be equals to 3. Okay, as per the given condition. It is given that if this is AB, then this point P divides AB in the ratio 2:3. Okay, so that will give you 3A by 5 is equals to -2, and this will give you 2B by 5 is equals to what? 3. So that will give you A is equals to -10 by 3 and B is equals to 15 by 2. Okay, so these are what? X intercept and y intercept of the line. Hence the equation of straight line will be equals to what? Equation of straight line will be x upon -10 by 3 plus y upon 15 by 2 equals to 1. Simplify it. That will be -3x upon 10 plus 2y upon 15 equals to 1. Multiply by 30, so that will give you -9x plus 4y equals to 30. So equation will be 9x minus 4y plus 30 equals 0. This is the equation of straight line which is required. As you can see, it matches the answer. Okay. Determinant form. So determinant form is what? It is the equation of line. The 2-point form can also be written in the determinant form. If the line passes through x1, y1 and x2, y2, then the equation of line can be written in a determinant form. How? If let's take a point px comma y, you can see all these. If this point lies on the line joining x1, y1 and x2, y2, the 3 points will be collinear. If 3 points are collinear, then the triangle formed by these 3 points will have a 0 area. So therefore it will be x, y1, x1, y1, 1 and x2, y2, 1. This should be equals to 0. So this is the equation of what? This is the equation of a straight line in the determinant form which passes through the point x1 comma y1 and x2 comma y2. Okay, this is what is called as determinant form. Okay, so that's all for this part. Now we will tomorrow in the next part we will be talking about other things, just like the normal form of a line and how we can correlate the different data out of it, and we'll do many more questions out of it. So till then you can concern or collaborate with the content which have been provided to you and solve the questions from it about from the part which we have already studied. Okay.